Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today we continue our series in the system design of Instagram. I guess we have maybe 2, 3 more videos, and that's it. We are reaching the end. Today we are going to talk about the how Instagram handles celebrity feeds. In the previous video, we talked about how Instagram will handles the normal feeds. And in today's video, we'll only focuses on how Instagram will handle celebrity feeds. So if you are new to this video, basically, we created a video series that talks about the system design of Instagram. We started with the functional requirements and non-functional requirements. After that, we did talk about the capacity estimation. After that, we did talk about the high-level design of the system. And after that, we did talk about the database schema design. After that, we did talk about the database schema design for non-relational databases and using graph for generating feeds, for example. And after that, we started going deep and we talked about various topics, different topics. Today, we will focus on how Instagram will handle the celebrity feeds. Physically, how Instagram will use the fan out on read. So again, so far we have talked about how platforms like Instagram push content directly to followers feed. Which is the fan out on right. We talked about the fan out on right in the previous video. But what happens when the celebrities make a post? Like, are we really copying that post for like 50 million followers or 50 million followers or 50 million users? Because the fan out on write, whenever the user writes something, we copy the write and we store it in the feed cache. What happened if you are a celebrity? Should we do this for all the users that you follow? No, we switch the strategies, and I would say welcome to the word on the fan out on read. Basically, the poll model used for internet's most followed people. So if you have a lot of followers, I guess the strategy will be switched from fan out on write to be fan out on read. And we need to talk about why fan out on write will not be able to work. So let's just try to talk about what is fan out on write if you don't know it. So basically, whenever the user create like update a post or like upload a post, the load balancer will save the post in the post service here. And once the post been saved, it will be sent an event. It will be sent as an event to the message queue, and the feed service will pull that event and store the post in the feed cache. So for future users. So whenever the user opens its app, the feeds will load instantly, like that. But why this will not be able to work for celebrities? So imagine if Beyonce posts a photo with the fan out on right. We have, like, for example, we would have to push the post to millions of followers instantly in the same time. That means millions of write operations, clogging up your system and blowing up the storage. It will be really expensive in terms of the resources. The problem that we have massive write amplification, and the solution for that, we pull the post only when it's needed. So that's where we use the fan out on read. Okay, what is fan out on read? With the fan out on read, nothing is preloaded. As I said before, the message queue will send it to the feed service and it will preload it in the feed cache. In the fan out on read, nothing will be preloaded. So when you open the app, the request and request to your feed, the system will pulls in celebrity posts on demand. This reduces write traffic and makes the system far more scalable for high follower accounts. Okay, let's try to understand how it works. So to make it even easier. So when a user opens their feed, for example, the feed service will do two things. First, it will pulls a preloaded posts from the cache, from the Redis cache. And yeah, it will pull the preloaded post from the Reddish cache, and after that it will fetches recent posts. It will enrich recent posts from celebrities either as a hot cache or in the persistent storage like the PostgreSQL. So it might maybe send an event to the message queue, to the post service, give me the new posts that you had. It then merges both in real time to create a final feed. Okay, let's make an example for that so we can understand. So let's say that we have a user called Jane, and as this Jane follows a celebrity, which celebrity has 10 million followers. So first we have the feeds will be from two things. The feed will be generated from Redis, which is basically the post that been already published from non-celebrity users. And two, we will have the Postgres or hot cache database. Basically this database mainly that we talk about, which will store all the celebrity posts. The benefits of fan out on read: first, we avoid massive writes. Number two, we keep system scalable. Number three, it's a fresh data. So you basically we avoid massive writes. So don't flood Redis with millions of inserts. Also, Redis is expensive. It's not cheap. Number two, we keep the system scalable, so great for high profile accounts. Number three, it has a fresh data, so always pull the latest celebrity content. Okay, let's talk about some trade-offs. So of course, it's not perfect. There are some challenges. First, there is a slightly higher read latency since we're not pulling everything from the cache anymore. Number two, it needs good caching, like to avoid overloading the database. We need have some sort of good caching. That's why hot caches like Redis are still used to store recent celebrity posts to keep response time fast. I guess I guess that's it for this video. It was a small quick video, and that's how your feed stays fast, whether you follow 50 or 50 million users. And this in the next episode, maybe we talk about how actually search being handled and how the search is being handled in deep dive in Instagram. For this video, and see you in the future, guys.